The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Pauline Verzosa. Selected Kadiwa stores will sell affordable rice worth as low as 45 pesos per kilogram starting today. And to get the latest information about this, we have Mobile Journal Francis Orsio reporting to us live from the Bureau of Plant Industry in Malate, Manila. Francis, good morning. Kamusta na ba ang sitwasyon dyan sa Malate at marami na bang nakapila?
Yes, Pauline, kanina pang alas 8 ng umaga, tuloy-tuloy na yung pagdagsa ng mga customers dito sa may Bureau of Plant Industry. Dito nga sa Malate, Manila. Actually, may kita nyo dito sa likod ko. May mga senior citizens na pumipila kasi as early as 7:30 a.m. nakapila na sila dito para abangan talaga yung murang bigas na ibebenta dito nga sa Kadiwa store sa BPI or Bureau of Plant and the Industry. And merong tag 29 pesos at tag 45 pesos na ibebenta dito sa Kadiwa. Pauline?
Francis, ano yung kaibahan nung 29 pesos per kilogram na rice, no? Pati itong 45 pesos. Saan ba available yung, yung mga Kadiwa stores? Diyan lang ba sa Malate? Saan mabibili yung 45 peso rice?
Ang pinagkaiba nitong 29 at 45 pesos, itong 29 pesos na bigas, Pauline, ay ito yung mga local produced rice na luma na. So galing siya sa National Food Authority, sa NFA. So mga NFA rice ito na ibinebenta nga ng mas mura ngayon ng 29 pesos. At itong 45 pesos na bigas naman ay imported na bigas mula sa Vietnam. Sinasabi ng DA na mas maganda yung kalidad nitong 45 pesos compared dun sa 29 kasi nga sinasabi natin na mas luma na. Kumbaga yung, kasi lumang stock na yung 29 pesos. Itong 45 bago pa lang at mula siya sa Vietnam. Itong murang bigas na ibinebenta ngayon sa mga Kadiwa stores, nasa 4 pa lang siya since ngayong araw yung nag-umpisa yung launching nitong Rice for All program ng Department of Agriculture. Particularly, kabilang na nga itong Bureau of Plant Industry dito sa Malate, Manila. Meron din sa may Food Terminal Incorporated sa may Taguig City, sa Potrero sa Malabon City at sa Liano sa may Caloocan City. Sa ngayon, 4 pa lang pero itong 29 pesos na bigas, Pauline, ay tuloy-tuloy na ibinebenta sa iba pang Kadiwa stores na meron dito sa Metro Manila at sa ilan pang kalapit probinsya. Pauline?
So 4 pa lang na Kadiwa stores, no, ang available itong 45 peso per kilo na bigas. Pero Francis, lahat ba ng customer pwedeng mabilhin itong rice na ito o limited lang ba to sa vulnerable sector?
Limited lang yung bigas na ibinebenta nila at ang pinaka-priority, Pauline, ay yung mga PWD at senior citizens. At dahil nga limitado lang, hanggang sa 5 kilos lang yung pwede nilang bilhin na bigas per customer. So halimbawa kanina, nasa 50 na, kaninang alas 7 pa lang ng umaga yung pumipila dito. Pero ayun nga, bukod dun sa 29 pesos na bibilhin nila, sabi nila bibili na rin daw sila ng tig 45 pesos. So, kumbaga, tigli 5 kilo yung bibili nila dun sa bigas na yan, Pauline.
Pero as of 9 a.m., marami pa bang supply dyan ng bigas? Francis, kasi sabi mo, kanina pa nga 7 a.m., may mga nakapila na, no? So, kaya bang supplyan lahat ng mga customer o inaasahang mauubos na yan bago pa magtanghali?
Expected, Pauline, na mauubos ito ngayong araw pero sabi naman ng DA may sapat silang stock para halimbawa mapagbentahan nila yung maraming customers kasi sa ngayon halimbawa yung 29 pesos na bigas meron silang 120 sacks na ibabagsak dito sa Kadiwa store sa may Bureau of Plant Industry at doon naman sa 45 pesos na bigas meron silang 150 sacks ng bigas na ibabagsak din dito at inaasahan nila nasa 500 customers or higit pa yung pwede nitong maserbisoan at makabili nitong murang bigas na ito, Pauline.
Ayan, 500 customers, no? And Francis, anong mga araw naman na pwedeng bumili yung mga customer ng mga bigas dyan sa Kadiwa stores?
Ang Kadiwa stores schedule kasi ngayon kumbaga yung operating schedule nila from Thursday to Saturdays. At magsisimula yan ng alas 8 ng umaga at hanggang alas 5 ng hapon, Pauline.
Ayan, maraming salamat Francis Orsio sa iyong mga updates. Once again, that was Mobile Journal Francis Orsio reporting to us live from Malate, Manila. Moving on to another story, former Senator Antonio Trillanes IV filed illegal drug smuggling charges. The cases were filed against Congressman Paulo Duterte, Vice President Sara Duterte's husband Mans Carpio, and others. Trillanes says the Davao Group was behind the 6.4 billion peso shabu shipment from China in 2017.
Ang pinakang drug lord dito ay si Charlie Tan, nakapartner ito ni Michael Yang. Magkapareha sila ng triad. Tapos ang naging protector ay sila sila Pulong Duterte at Mans Carpio.
According to Trillanes, these people use their political influence to easily bring drugs into the country.
Ito yung mga pinilit na pagtakpan nung Duterte administration nung sila ay nakapwesto pa. Kaya ngayon, nakahanap tayo ng magandang pagkakataon na mag-file nitong kasong ito.
We still have more stories after this break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Pauline Verzosa. And now let's take a quick look at today's other headlines. In the Philippine Star, Trade Secretary Alfredo Pascual has resigned from his cabinet post. Pascual says he will return to the private sector and spend more time with his family. President Marcos accepted Pascual's resignation and acknowledged his invaluable service. And in business world, headline inflation may have accelerated in July. Bangko Central's month-ahead forecast show that inflation likely settled within the 4 to 4.8% range. It could be faster than the 3.7% print in June and 4.7% in July 2023. Expect fair weather today because we are currently in a monsoon break. Pagasa reported the presence of the ridge of high-pressure area. This will cause good weather, particularly in northern Luzon. The southwest monsoon is not present in the Philippine area of responsibility. However, Pagasa said some areas in the country might still experience cloudy skies and isolated rain showers. Now in the Senate, there's a push among lawmakers to temporarily pause the PUV modernization program. However, transport groups that have already consolidated are unhappy with this idea. Here's the report.
22 out of 23 senators are now calling for the temporary suspension of the PUV modernization program. In a resolution, the senators note the insufficient information campaign to educate stakeholders. There's also the burden of financing costs for modern PUVs. The senators add that while the modernization program is crucial to fixing the country's traffic problem, its implementation should be reviewed thoroughly. All senators except for Senator Risa Ontiveros signed the resolution. We're still trying to get a statement from her on the matter. For Senator Joel Villanueva, there's still a big concern on subsidy and just how much assistance the government can provide.
Mismong DBP officials, mismong sila nagsabi na yung amount na yung amount 2 million cost na gusto mong i-push dito sa modernization napakataas. Ang average 650 pesos a day. That's absurd. Kaysa naman malubog sa utang, syempre mapipilitan po yung mga kababayan natin na huminto na lang sa biyahe, kumonte yung babiyahe, mawawala ng trabaho.
For Senator Cynthia Villar, it may be worth to try a partial implementation of the program, especially since close to 80% of PUV units nationwide have already consolidated.
Partial implementation, di ba? Baka handa na sila Bakit mo naman sila pipigilin kung handa na sila? The model is good. It will be good for the jeepney drivers in the long run. Hindi na sila beholden sa operator nila, ang asosasyon nila, di ba? So pag kumita yon, sa kanila din yon, di-divide nila at the end of the year. So this is a better model, I think.
Transport groups that have complied with consolidation are against the suspension of the modernization program. Groups supporting the initiative earlier threatened to go on strike if a suspension pushes through.
Hindi ho solusyon ang resolusyon. Ang solusyon, ipagpatuloy natin ito. Kung may mga butas along the way na may nakita at may mga problema, yun po ang ayusin at bigyan ng pansin ng ating mga senador at ayusin yung problema.
On the other hand, groups questioning the legality of the PUV modernization scheme are still waiting on the Supreme Court to act. For News 5, I'm Brian Basa, and we are One News.
And those are the top stories of the hour. I'm Pauline Berzosa. We are One News.